Welcome back to today's episode, guys. My name is Uncle Warren the Guru, and I'm going to go over today on how to successfully differentiate yourself from simply a noob normie trader that literally is exit liquidity to a pro trader who essentially is not exit liquidity because of what I'm about to show you. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do to basically ensure that if you are going to trade, that you're going to do it professionally. And when I mean professionally, when you use the type of tools that I'm about to bring to the table here, your actual percentages of losing is a lot less, okay, than if you were to just simply look at charts or look at holders or simply look at the X community. So right now we're going to dive deep into one of my favorite tools to use, which is Neobulix. And we're going to go into the properties of wallet tracking and how that's going to help you. And also, on top of it, how they have created a system to help traders to be able to dominate the market. They give you these tools, but all because you have these tools doesn't mean you're using them to your full discretion. It's almost like when the new iPhone come out, right? Everyone runs to the Apple Store to get the iPhone, but in reality, this phone has the capability to do way, way, way more than your regular daily tasks. It's just up to you to pretty much crack open that to decide whether it's going to be useful for you or not. So without any further ado, let's jump right into this, right? So this is Wallet Tracker. This is where I'm going to be adding my wallets. Now, in other episodes, I'm going to be going over different protocols and different either ecosystems you can use to be able to track high profitable wallets. And I have it actually on my to the side here, but I like to don't kill me, but I'm gonna have to ligate some shit because obviously some of the sauce needs to be provided in either my Discord or my Telegram. So check out the Discord and the Telegram below. But I'm gonna give you guys as much as I can here, so that way you guys can print. So I'm just gonna bring a wallet over real quick. I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. I'm just gonna look at it. I'm gonna add the wallet. Once we add the wallet, I'm gonna go ahead and just simply click on Solana here. Now you can get to this, by the way, which is get to this actual section if you go into Neobulix. Again, the link will be provided in the description. But you can essentially get profit here, right, by simply using the wallet tracker section. So now when I'm in here, I'm actually seeing this particular wallet that I just selected. All-time profitability was 11,000. 2 days ago is when the last time it did its trade. And let's see what else it's got for me. Now, I do want to make sure that I'm using wallets that are consistently trading, right? If you're not consistently trading, I really don't have a use for you. The idea here, though, is not to simply track the wallet just to snipe into position, because a lot of times, especially me, I'm going to be honest with you, when I was new to trading, that's all I thought of. I thought to myself, well, shit, as long as I track a high profitable wallet, then I should be able to get in and get out and basically copy their trades. But that's just not how simple things work. There's all other types of metrics that go into it. And so what I want to do is kind of walk you through on those metrics and how you can use things to your advantage. So right here, what we're doing is we're simply going to gather a shitload of wallets that is considered to be high profitability. And I like to use wallets, honestly, that are frequently being traded. So, 2 days, I'm not sure, I'm not, and especially since the P&L, wasn't as crazy as I wanted it to be. So I'm going to go and just search more in my database here of wallets that I have just to essentially audit. And ideally what happens is Neobulix gives you up to 300 wallets you can track at once. Now, the reason why this is very worth your while is, let's say, for example, let me just add this wallet here and see if it is a good one here for us. Okay, so what I usually do, just to give you my little sauce here, just not sauce, but a little like organization tip, I name it like pretty much any random character, but if I see it's profitable and it's a good wallet to follow, I'll give it a certain name and then I'll put like a green heart to it, so it lets me know that I've pretty much warrant stamp to prove it. You can do your own thing, but just giving you like my like sauce. Anyways, let's go to Solana again, and it's gonna pop up the profitability. We're looking at total spent, or the total revenue is 268,000 plus. So this looks like a high profitable wallet. It looks like it traded today, 5 hours ago. 7 days ago, it was down $700, but 24 hours ago, 500. 12 hours ago, -5. So, I mean, it looks like to me that it is definitely profitable. I mean, obviously, it's lost a lot, but compared to what it's lost, let's see here, it's spent $227,000, and the revenue it's gotten is 268. So that tells you. I would say this would be something I would want to follow. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna go ahead and call this something else. Let's call it interesting, like that. Simple as that. You know, just to kind of defy it a little bit. Interesting. I'll turn the alerts on. What alerts does is if you have your sound turned on, you literally will get a notification. Now I'll just change the emoji just so I know it's kind of like Warren approved. So boom, there's the green emoji. And why this comes so helpful is when you go into the monitor square here, this is where the magic happens. So here I can actually see, instead of basically relying on call groups, what I do is I would rely on high profitable wallets that are going to be trading in the same CA. Because the chances is you got 300 wallets that don't know each other for atoms, and they hit the same CA address. Now at that point, you're simply looking for a good entry point, because that is your call right there. And the more the merrier. Currently, I have 4 tracking wallets, but my goal is to max this thing out. And at the moment, with one NeoBullix account, you can have up to 300 tracked wallets. And not only do they track the wallets, it tracks, you can filter out, for example, when's the last time it bought, when's the last time it sold. So I can just show only buys here if I wanted to. And for the most part, I really enjoyed knowing that I have some type of alpha here that is selective and instant, and not essentially mirrored by, Telegram, Discord, aggregators. This is instant sauce that you can make a determination before it even hits those Discord groups as an alpha call or whatever. But anyways, this is the process that honestly a lot of people don't like doing, just because it does take a lot of time just to kind of go here and do your audit. But literally you're building yourself up, a working system so that at the end of the day, you don't have to guess. A lot of these profitable wallets are doing that for you on your behalf. So again, I'm going to go ahead and add a wallet here. Let's name it pretty much anything real quick. And then I'm going to go back into my tracker. Here's the one at the top. I'm going to go ahead and click on Solana. I see 31,000 P&L. Looks good so far. I see 2 weeks. Now that's where I don't have a problem. 2 weeks ago is the last time this particular wallet traded. I'm not going to get too much out of it, just due to the fact that he's not going to give me any much, so I'm going to delete it. But my goal is to do this, literally sit here and do pre-production, so to speak, so that way you working with literally people printing for you and having the best determination right there. Like, for example, if there's 300 wallets and 7 of them hit within and it tells you when they hit in the same time span, right? All you got to do is just do your little small R&D, look at the Twitter, make sure you have things I was mentioning before, like Oxendu, I think it's called, that allows you to see more information about Twitter, deleted tweets. But for the most part, these particular ecosystems that you've created of high profitable wallets that trade consistently is going to be your guinea pigs, right? And I've used this strategy consistently to make a lot of fucking profit. To be frank with you, my biggest win was probably $10,000 within 24 hours and only having to invest $200. That's the power of real alpha on the blockchain rather than mirroring delays, and then you becoming the extra liquidity because not getting the type of alpha that you need right at your fingertips. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just add a couple more. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna walk over further details on how you can find these wallets, because finding the wallets is sometimes harder than, it's a harder part in itself. Like if you don't have true alpha on where to curate these wallets, that could be an issue. So I'm gonna break that down as well, so that way you guys can have that to your discretion. So like this one, for example, right here, unrealized profit is negative 2,000. I don't think this is going to be a good wallet because it's more negative than it is profitable. So that's a no-go. Now, let me just do a couple more here just to kind of make my point. And ideally, I would love to jump in a live trade here, if I see that the market is working towards my favor. And that's, again, what makes this way not like gambling. Imagine having literally 300 of the most professional traders at your fingertips, and the type of leverage that you can do having it automated. Now, it used to be back in the day, right, where you had to find your own bots to do this shit, and this wasn't provided for free. And the thing about it is, NeoBullets and other different trading platforms were looking to find ways to keep traders in trading and using their platforms, so that way they can obviously make more money, because they're making money off each trade. I particularly myself, I like to trade manually through a bot that mitigates me any fees, and I kind of work third party. But if that's something that's not really, something you have at the moment, then NeoBullets definitely does the trick. It's fast, it's efficient, never slow down. It's just you do gotta pay for the buy, you gotta pay for the sell. I think it's like $3 to $5 or something like that. Anyways, let me go ahead and try this other one out here. Add wallet. I'm gonna add that in. And add it in here. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got. So 1 month ago, yeah, it's not looking like we want to use this at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. The hardest thing sometimes is finding these so that way you know that they're right away to your disposal and that they're trading. You got a group of people that essentially are trading for you to make profit. Let's add another one here. Alrighty, and go back to Solana. And again, unrealized profit is looking bad. Not really feeling that at all. So the unrealized profit, basically, is something where they're holding, I believe. When they're holding particularly a coin, active positions. Let's see this. So these are active positions right now. And he invested 2,000. He sold 793, remaining 592. P&L's down. So this is unrealized, basically, he's got going on. And he might just be one of those particular type of people that it's like, fuck it, if it's down, $129, I'm not gonna sell this shit. I'm just gonna fucking hold this shit. That's why you might see that there. However, we look at some of the most profitable trades here, for example. We'll see that one of the most profitable trades was a good 10x, $3,000 worth of profit. I wish Bullets did give us dates here. Like when he did P&L, you could see a date, but you could simply go to the coin itself, I guess, and do your own research on that. But at the end of the day, the active positions are currently negative, so that's something to be aware of. This is why I tell people not to always copy sells. Like literally get in the market, find your entry, and at least use these wallets as a way of clarification to see what's going on. Now I do see the trades are happening. Actually, recent. You got 8 minutes, 12 minutes, so this is good. Total revenue is 105K. Total spent 89K. So this could be potentially something we can look at. Let's add it as let's add it in. Okay, we're gonna add it in as, you know, I'll call him freshman. Call it freshman here. All right, and then we're gonna add the emoji and alerts on. Perfect. So anytime this thing is firing off, I'm looking for multiple different wallets to be interacting, especially at the same time with this. And that's like your signals. The more that you have, the more you're able to essentially control, not necessarily control the market, but control really entry points and also strong alpha. And hopefully you learn a little something today, guys. I want you guys to please check out my Discord. Check out the link in the bio, where I have also a Telegram channel free of calls, by the way. Free calls. Join it. We're doing anywhere from 10, 20, 30, 40 X's there. I want to be able to help you guys out. If you're interested in developing and deploying, or simply learning how to control the floor, reach out to me in my Discord, open a ticket. I'll be here to help you guys in this crypto journey as we move forward in Solana. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you guys soon, and you have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. Bye-bye.